And welcome back to another episode of bringing in a homeless person to come do the podcast. I am that homeless person, as you can see from my hair. Some of the haircut. My name is always the meatiest meatball in the motherfucking world. Mr. Adam Garcia. With me as always is my good buddy, like a patriot, my fucking compadre, dude. Andrew Harris, please say what's up.
Well, hello.
All right, let's get into this because we were just talking about this earlier before you. So you had Britney Spears,
Yeah,
in your head this morning.
randomly, and like it wasn't even the chorus part. It was like some of the main part too. It was weird.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah, no, I get you. There are times where okay, keep going.
No,
Let's keep going.
that's it. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, are you afraid that if you keep singing, she's gonna summon here?
Yeah,
Start dancing with knives and
I have 3 guys.
With that being said, everybody remember mental health is a huge thing. So please, please be cognizant of that. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about because honestly, we've been kind of hitting more of a bodybuilding split lately, and I myself have been like really training differently to kind of just like get myself back into everything. But we're going to be talking about also too, this is going to be something of a little bit of like a how-to. If you guys aren't so much like driven towards trying to build powerlifting, because I can always tell you guys right now, if you're trying to build a powerlifting foundation, or you're trying to like get into powerlifting and trying to kind of like push into more of that, I will always tell everyone, please either find a coach or pick up Jim Wendler's 531, and that is like the best place to start when it comes to like just kind of like getting your feet wet in powerlifting. But what we're going to be talking about is different splits that we've been doing or we've done in the past for just honestly building muscle and bodybuilding, quote unquote. And now these splits, you can use them in any sort of way that you see fit. Like if you have, like some people have time restraints, other people they don't have the ability to come into the gym all the time. And so so let's go into that. So now, mind you, remember, you can also take these principles as well and apply them to your own powerlifting regimen or whatever you want.
Power building,
Exactly.
something like that. What you want to do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a huge proponent of like quote unquote power building, because after a while, I mean, we've talked about it so many times. After a while, it gets to a point where you're like, okay, squat, bench, and deadlift are just not doing what I need them to do.
Yeah.
You plateau, you stagnate. Obviously, there's a thing where when it comes to like strength potentiation, a fucking big word, dude.
Yeah, pull that out.
But there's a thing when it comes to like expressing strength that understands that you need to be able to practice what you do. So in order to express a very good and high squat max or bench max or deadlift max, you actually have to prioritize the work with it. But you can also gauge your accessories around trying to basically bring up your weak points, as well as trying to continue to strengthen your strong points, right? And so when it comes to building a program like that, again, also get a coach, but also too, you can always just think of like, okay, where is this falling? Okay, where is this fuck up? Okay, I'm fucking up this way. Okay. And then you take your little thingies, you do a little fucking search on YouTube, and it's like you got a bunch of people that look like us, and it's just like, are you finding yourself falling forward in the squat? This is how you fix it. And you just kind of like go and figure out like what might be the reason why you might be falling forward in the squat, or your elbows are flaring too much in the bench press. And obviously too, I like to try and also tell people that, hey, don't look for things to strengthen your own bias. Look for things that I actually like. Look at everything in an open mind, right? I personally, I take for instance, I personally do not like the bulldog grip when it comes to bench press. I find that it causes away a lot more elbow flare. I find that unless your shoulder blade and shoulder girdle packing to try and get yourself into that like thoracic extended position, unless you have that down to a T, a bulldog grip is only just going to it's not going to allow you to get into the best position you possibly can. It's going to force a lot of pec in the mix. And if you're not careful, it could lead to something like that. I believe that just regular, just grip, pull into your thoracic extension, just regular grip. That's, to me, is the most, it's the most superior. But again, I'm going to look at bulldog grip. And the only reason why, the reason why I say that is because guess what? I've tried it.
Yeah.
I've tried it. Right. But anyway, so I'm rambling. But the point of it is that like, so when it comes to your accessory work, as well as when it comes to like, hey, I just really want to like take for instance, what I've been doing lately is if I'm like, you know, I have to deadlift. I'm going to deadlift. Okay. But then I'm like, hey, it's my leg day, technically, quote unquote, for legs. So I'm really going to push my leg accessories. And I'll talk to Jen, or I'll look at whatever Jen has in that she programmed for me. And I do those. And I try and get to the point where it's like, how can I maximize the amount of effort that I'm putting into this? Right. So when it comes to like doing things, when it comes to like building muscle, as well as like building yourself your own, like, okay, I want to get bigger legs and I want to get a bigger upper body, right? The two big things that I always think about doing is how do I increase the effort and intensity each time? And how do I make sure that I'm hitting enough frequency that I'm getting the growth that I want, but also too, I'm not doing so much that I end up doing non-consensual sex to my joints, right? Right.
Yeah. Well, and the thing with frequencies, you got to be able to recover in time to perform the next time you're in there lifted. So if you're going too hard when you're doing multiple days a week on that specific movement, you're going to end up with some problems.
Exactly. And honestly too, I mean, it doesn't, at the time, it didn't seem like common sense. Like I didn't even think about it, but now that I've thought about it, and I've been in the space for a while, I completely understand where this comes from when it comes to like common sense. And that is, depending on the muscle size, can determine how much frequency it can take. Like take, for instance, your shoulders, your arms, and your pecs. If I'm not mistaken, they can take pretty good frequency.
Yeah.
Because they're smaller muscle groups, so you can actually train them fairly frequently throughout the week. However, your back and your legs, and I believe your core are very big muscle groups. So because they're very big muscle groups, if you beat them, they take a little bit longer to recover.
Yeah.
Right. Those ones, you kind of have to plan out your frequency. So what a lot of people, like what I have helped give to a lot of people, because again, I've been with Jen for years now when it comes to coaching, and she kind of like, she structures my workout plans to, as much of it, but whenever I did take a break, this is what I always did. I tried when I was doing things on my own and just taking a break from powerlifting, I did a version of push-pull legs, right? So it'd be push, pull, legs, rest, push, pull, legs, rest, right? And that's an asynchronous type of schedule. So if I started like push on a Monday, on that Monday, next Monday would be something completely different.
Yeah.
And just because, again, how the schedule, as well as how the rest days play out. I personally liked it, right? Because I still was hitting each body group at least 2 times a week. And that is a good frequency to have.
Yeah.
Right. that's a good frequency to have. I would call that the ultramarine when it comes to like body like or just like splits, you know what I mean? Because it's like it's balanced, tried and true. It gives you the ability to be able to hit every body part once or twice a week. The only issue again is because it was asynchronous. If you weren't writing things down and which is again what I didn't do, right? I wasn't paying attention. I would completely forget what day I was on, right? So I would be like, wait, is it push or pull today? No, I did push yesterday. What was that? 2 days ago. Wait, what? Well, by the way,
well, that's where like having the routine kind of, Monday's back chest day or back day, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's where that's kind of nice because takes the guesswork out of it. But so what I will say, something to understand is when you work out, you send a muscle building signal to your body.
Mm-hmm.
And that usually lasts 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
So that's why frequency is so important, because after 3 days, you're not sending that signal to your body to grow that muscle anymore.
Yeah.
So, then if you're only doing it once a week, then, those other 4 days, you're not getting that signal to your body. So that's where the frequency and like, let's put it like that, works really well, is because you're constantly re-upping that signal to build muscle.
Yeah, exactly. And, which is why it's like, there's a lot, I mean, like when I first started, I was in the normal bro split.
Body parts.
Yeah. I think it was like it was like Monday was chest and triceps.
International chest day.
International chest day, yes. Tuesday, back and biceps. Wednesday was quad focused legs.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like Thursday was arms again, and then Friday was fucking arms again, dude, because that's what why anything else. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I did. I remember I would train with like when I first started, I would go and work out with my friends from the ship when I was in the Navy, and I was like, and we would go and I just follow what they were doing. But it wasn't until I think I got like heavy into strongman. I was getting heavy into strongman, and I was like, oh, I gotta push for strength as much as I can, dude. I think for like a good couple months, I think all I did was deadlift. And I hated squat, so I never did it. Obviously, I just hated squats. And like a part of me to this day, whenever I get under a bar, I was like, this movement is stupid. I hate this movement. It's fucking stupid. I hate it. But then, obviously weight moves and you're moving really well. And you're like, oh, okay.
We fucked it up. We fucked it a little bit. Yeah. Okay. That was kind of cool. It's fun. It was good.
Okay. And it's like, honestly, I'm thinking back at a lot of the stuff that I did back in the day, and I'm like, oh gosh, dude, I'm surprised I didn't absolutely tear my shit, dude. But I don't know when I was in high school, when I first started like actually doing any type of weightlifting, I would go and train. I would go and work out with my buddy Nick, and my buddy Nick who did this once. So I would go we would go to the gym, and then I'd go to his house, and he would go, here, eat this. Yeah, he would force me to eat a full like can of canned spinach. Just go eat this. And I'm like, why? He's like, it's gonna help you grow muscle. I was like, well, are you sure? Dude, he was like, oh yeah, dude, just do it. And I just remember trying to eat it. I was like, dude, this is so gross. He's like, just fucking eat it, dude. Just eat it. No, just do it. Now I think about it now, I think he was fucking with me. but still though, it was like, I remember like going through what he would do, and again, it's like he never trained legs.
Yeah. So let's do this. Let's go into the different splits and give it a rating, and we'll give it a rating and then explain it. So we'll start off with the body part split.
Okay.
So I have a lot of success early on with it. So I actually give it a fairly decent rating, but also understanding that like you have to go very, very hard on each day. So like I'm talking 2 hours intense to really make it work. So basically, like, yeah, you're splitting out the body parts: chest, shoulders, back, front and back, legs, and arms.
Yeah.
And that'll do you 6 days at least.
Mm.
So if you like going to the gym every day, it's not a bad way to do it.
Mm.
But also you have to go very intense every day, because you're not hitting that muscle group until a week later. So they're not getting
As much, yeah, as much frequency again. So that I would give the split of that. I would give it at least a good 5 out of 10.
I think that's where most people get. I get rated higher because I had some success with
Yeah.
it.
And I think, but it's also too, I think it's like a person to person kind of thing again. So like for me, when I did it, I just remember again, I think it's also too, what we should note is that like, it depends on like what kind of effort you put into it.
Yeah.
Like he was just saying, the amount of intensity that you put into it. Remember, any of these programs can actually help, it can work if you put the energy into it, right? Now, I think the issue that I had with it was the amount of frequency. You know what I mean?
For sure. That's where most people are going to not see very good results from this.
And that was where, because I noticed that like I stagnated out just a little bit when I first started doing like the bro split. I'll be honest with you, I got bored of it too, because it was like, I don't want to just train arms. I know that sounds,
I love it.
Dude, I know that sounds like blasphemous as fuck, but at the time I just was like, can I do like bench press too or something? Can I do other stuff? I just don't want to just train arms. And it was like, cause like you could blast you an arm workout in like 30, 45 minutes. And then once you get home, you see, like, there you go. See, at the same time, it's like, for me, that was all I needed. I was like, all right, 34 minutes, fucking just go ham on some triceps and biceps and then fucking call it. And then I would go home and then eat a house. But like, for me, I just noticed that like, I personally, maybe it's because again, I wasn't doing it right, but I did not grow very much from doing that.
Yeah.
I'd
do a good 2-3 hour arm day.
What the fuck, dude? You fucking rich Piana.
But like, it was crazy though, because like I would literally put an inch on my arms from the pump.
Damn.
Because I'd measure that. I'd like see before and then after, and there'd be an inch difference.
And an inch is a lot.
Yeah. Every inch matters, okay?
An inch matters.
But like, if you understand, like the circumference of an arm growing an inch, like that's a lot.
Oh yeah. And so what were you doing? Were you just kind of like?
So I'd start with the, my warm-ups would be dumbbell curls up to the 50s. And then I'd do a drop set all the way back down. So that'd be the warm-up. And then I'd probably do a heavy, easy bar curl. So I do a bunch of sets of that and like work up to like 4 25s on each side. And then like what it'd be kind of like, some cheater curls in there.
Yeah.
And then I'd do like single arm preacher curl, then easy bar preacher curl with like drop sets in there. And then what else would I do? Oh, hammer curls, and work out to like the hundreds when the hammer curls. And then you get into triceps.
And then you do triceps. Meanwhile, it's like my arm days were like, I would go, okay, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to go and, I'm going to be honest with you, preacher curl always scared me because I always saw videos of people being like, look, do preacher curl and then then their bicep absolutely rips off and it goes into the butthole and stuff. And, so for me, I would always do, dumbbell free weight, then easy curling, a lot of hammer curl. But again, it was like trying to be like, okay, if I do these 3 exercises and then these 3 exercises of tricep, that should be enough work. And then I can go home.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, that was how I always looked at it. And and this is why, again, I don't think I saw a lot of it. I don't think I saw a lot of like growth with it, was because again, and this is the issue with it, is I didn't put a lot of effort into it. It was 3 sets. Okay, I'm done. And my arms would be like, okay, they're pretty tired, but they're fine.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to triceps, 3 sets, and just be like, okay, well, I'm fine. I'm gonna go home now. That was fucking awesome. I guess that was fun. And like nowadays, now I'm doing, when I do one, like any type of arm training nowadays, when I do the two set to failure type of thing,
Yeah.
I'll do 2 different exercises for bicep curls, but 2 sets to failure. And just from doing that, my arms are cooked, and it's like, I really enjoy it. And, but like, again, it was the effort of that pushes more into how the success of that. And then, but yeah, again, it was like, I would show up, I'd do like 45-minute arm day and be like, cool, that was awesome. And then fucking leave, you know? But like,
yeah. So that's, I think that's the downside of the bro split.
Yeah. Now, if we push into it a little bit more now, which is what I used to do when I was first started working out by myself in the Navy, because didn't have a lot of friends that went to the gym, so I just go to the gym on my own.
Yeah.
And I would just do full body.
Okay. Full body.
Yeah.
So I give full body I would say a 7.5. So it's great for those that only go to the gym 2, maybe 3 times a week.
Yes.
Because now you're getting that frequency in, and you're hitting every muscle, everything's getting worked. So it's great for those people. If you're the type of person who likes to go to the gym more than 3 times, full body is going to be too much.
Oh yeah. And so the critique that I have for it, and that, because I give it actually a 7 out of 10 as well.
Yeah.
Because I actually very much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I would go and but like, here's the thing though too, is that like I would hit compound, right? So I hit a bench press, a squat, and then if I can remember correctly, it would be like on one day it would be a bench, a squat, and then I would do some back exercises and some leg exercises, then call it, right? And then rest the next day, and then Wednesday, let's say that was a Monday, then Wednesday I would do like basically an incline press versus a regular bench press, and then a deadlift, and then I would do again like some chest exercises, arm exercises, and then fucking call it. But again, it was like, because I was in there and I was like genuinely trying to split it to figure out how I can do it. But the critique of it that I have, which is something that I think that, again, I didn't understand, which was understanding load, management. There you go. That's the word.
Yeah.
Thanks. Understanding load management, and also too understanding that, yes, you can recover a lot in a day, but at the same time, you should understand that you don't want to go too hard like first week and then try and have that same type of intensity going into each week. Mainly because, again, by the time I would try and get to because I'd do 3 days a week in the gym, because again, I was in school at the time, right? I was in intelligence school, so I couldn't really do the gym all that often. I could go and just do a full body and then fucking take off. But week 2 or 3, my body was just like, dude, you're like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like with that, I would say take some planning. So, there you can split up some of like the major movements. One day is your heavy day with that, and then you're doing a light and a medium with the other major movements. And then the next day, whatever was heavy goes to the light, and then the medium goes to the heavy, and so you're kind of moving it around and not overdoing it each day on the different body parts per se.
Yeah, you know what that sounds like?
What does that sound like?
Daily and weekly undulated periodization. I'm just let's just put that up. I'm just saying that's what it is. But fuck me, dude.
Yeah, well, that's the idea. I mean, that's the idea with any frequency training, is that you want to, mix up the loads You're not really mix up the loop. Yeah.
Mix up loads.
Yes. So all together, you get a good pace for them.
That's right. Oh no. But like, yeah, dude, like I remember once, because again, it was like, okay, so I can't go in Wednesday or Thursday. So I had to do workout on Monday and Tuesday, and then I'll have Wednesday and Thursday to just chill out, and then I'll go to the gym on Friday. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I tried doing it, and dude, I like squatted that Monday, and then that Tuesday I went and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try and deadlift 500 from like over this amount of weight. I can't remember. It was 550. I tried pulling 550 and I tried pulling it, and dude, I like wrecked my back so fucking bad, dude. To the point where I went home. When I got home, I was like, or I got back to my little dorm room or whatever. I laid down, and I just couldn't get up. I was like, fuck, dude, my back is fucked. And I've learned a lot from that time. Those 2 days really helped, because that Friday I tried to do some other stuff, and it was just like, and my back still flared up. But anyway, so
yeah, so it's a good split for anybody that is only going to the gym a couple times a week.
exactly. And also too, and then the last critique is that it's also too, if you're only able to go to the gym every a couple times a week, the issue that I also ran into was my workouts were long.
Yeah.
They were anywhere between 2.5 to 3 hours long. And because I was by myself, I didn't know anyone. I wasn't talking to anybody. So like, think about that. Right. So, but again, at the same time, you can still manage it to where you can do full body 3 times a week in a manageable type of way. You just got to make sure that what you're doing isn't, if you're going to take the compound to one compound, and then also to get to a point where you're supersetting.
Yeah.
Right. That's going to save a lot of time. Now, moving on. The next one that I was going to talk about, and this is something that I actually put onto, Liz, my friend Liz, and she does push, pull, legs, rest day, upper, lower.
Okay.
Right. And then she mapped it out all by herself. And she's been doing it for a while, and she's looking incredible. Like, she's lost a lot of weight. She's moved, she's gotten stronger. And that's a really good one. I give that one a good 9 out of 10. Right. It's a good amount of frequency. Right. And it allows for 2 days of rest. That's a good, and you can throw either a circuit day, or you can throw in just a regular, like, hey, I'm going to go walk around during this time. Only downside to it is, again, if you're not used to doing one after the other, so push, pull, legs, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, back to back, then by the time you get to your rest day, you're going to be wrecked. And then going back into an upper lower split that literally right after, boom, day, and then go into it, it's going to be a little rough. Right. And then, not to mention, again, if you don't have the frequency, if you don't have the time to be able to give for 5 days a week at the gym, then this one isn't going to be for you. Right. But again, it's really good. It's really good, because it's only
good split. You hit every body part frequently, and the first 3 days you can focus on your big lifts if you want, and then the other 2 days could be a little bit more hypertrophy focus, which is great. Get a little bit of everything in there.
Exactly. And again, it's what I would say too is that, like, it would push towards making sure that what you can recover from, right? Mm-hmm. And like, I think one of her biggest gripes was that, like, it was like, man, like, at one point when she was trying to do like her lower, by the time her rest day was there, she was just like, I was useless on my rest day. I was like, yeah, that's understandable. But I give it a 9 out of 10. Frequency is there, right? And you could push intensity. You're being able to, address any body part more than once. And not only that, be able to hit any time. If you're pushing it towards powerlifting, you can address your weaknesses in two different types, whether it's right after your compound, which is when we usually do things. And not only that, being able to hit it in a like in the later down the road if you wanted to hit it for more like quote unquote hypertrophy, right?
Yeah.
But I really like that split.
Yeah. I'd give that a 9.
Mm. There was one other one that I did, and this one was a little bit better. This one was kind of like when I finally started being able to have a little bit more free time. This was during the time where my what was it? My clearance was being investigated, right? And I was able to give 4 days a week at the gym this time. And it was literally upper, lower, upper, lower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That one, I personally give 8. I give it 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Again, it's because you still get the frequency, right? But if you have the ability to be able to go to the gym, blah, 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 blah. But I think the issue that I had with the upper, lower was that, you get a good amount of rest time in between, but also too, again, some of those body parts don't really need that much rest. You know what I mean? So I noticed that there was a point in time where not my growth was stunted. I wasn't really even paying attention to it, but it was getting to a point where it was just like, it was the numbers that I was going for. I was like, okay, so I'm like trying to hit this. And then the next time I came around, if I tried to do just a little heavier, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I was stuck at a certain weight for a little amount of time. Right.
Yeah. So I think the amount of time you're able to give to the gym dictates on like whether these programs or these splits are gonna work well for you. So 40% of this is a great one. You're getting the frequency of your upper and lower. You can split it up and do like foot focus a little bit more, push one day with a little bit of pull, and then the other day is heavy pull, light push, and then you can do heavy quad dominant, then heavy posterior dominant like days. So you can play around with that, figure out like what works well with you, kind of do different things with it. So can be very dynamic and useful split, but you also have to make sure you're hitting the intensity because you're also getting a lot of rest days in there.
Yeah. What was your favorite?
My favorite split. I mean, I guess I had a lot of fun for a long time doing like tight split, but yeah, I like what I'm doing nowadays where there isn't really.
It's not really a split.
There's not really a split. It's like you're doing a little bit of like upper, lower, upper, lower.
It's I would have to pull up your actual sheet, but I do know that it's like basically
you got 2 leg days or 2 leg days and 4 upper, I think.
Something like that.
Bench press, overhead
Yeah.
press, and
There's one day where where it was like, okay, I'm on shoulder. It's not 4 to 8 upper. I do know that you have
5 in it.
So you have an upper, it's like upper, lower, or whatever. But it's like, it's only because again, it's like one of those things where it's like, I'm trying to drive a lot of like, not rest, but the ability for you to be able to recover from your leg days because I've seen how you train for your leg days. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, your upper body can recover faster.
Yeah.
If I gave you this, and then I gave you like take for instance, I remember once I gave you a squat workout, and the And then the deadlift later was a little heavier.
Mhm.
And I remember you didn't say that you didn't tell me that it was hard. You didn't say, you were just like, yeah, I'm fucking beat. And I remember hearing that and being like, no. All right. So I started like really trying to mitigate
Yeah.
like where your attention goes. And also too, you tend to put on a lot of good muscle and strength in your lower side. So with how this was, however, what I want more than anything is for your next meet that you choose to do, I really want for like close to 450. Like that's my goal for you.
Yeah.
Cause, your last meet was fucking stolen. Bitches. Podcasts. Anyway, but at the same time, I feel like you have that potential to be able to get like a really bigger bench.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm pushing heavier when it comes to your upper days. Right.
Yeah.
And also too, because I mean, look at you.
Well, we worked out the other week. It's just kind of funny though how like you tell I've trained the bodybuilding style for a long time because like a lot of those movements I'm fucking extremely strong at.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Whereas like, you're very, very strong at the powerlifting movements. And like I'm still trying to get there.
Well, it's also too, it's one of those things where it's like, there is a level of like, you're stronger than me when it comes to the accessory movements. I just think you're just strong. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that when it comes to your squat and bench and deadlift, I think what we're trying to do more than anything is try and refine and make sure that that's the sword is sharpening as we keep going, as we call it, and as we like to say it because we're dorks like that. But like I think it's also too, you just have a huge window of being able to show what kind of strength you have. But when it comes to your compound movements, I feel like because one, we want to make sure that we don't push so heavy all the time so you don't get injured.
Yeah.
But also too, I think it's one of those things where it's like now that we're really working and really getting to that point where like we know how to work within our compound movement, right? You're able to actually start showing it a little bit more. Like I don't see you not squatting over 700 pounds fairly soon.
Yeah.
And it's just because of how you've been able to fully jump when it comes to you being able to figure out your own. Because like your leverages have changed in the time that I've been working with you. Your leverages, you understand your own movement pattern better. And I know that you've been like.
Well, we started out with you at the United States with a squat, and which was causing a lot of hip issues. So I couldn't deadlift either. We've gotten more narrow with the feed, so that's been a whole different change. I think since then, the squat has progressively just gone up.
Oh yeah. And
then also now the deadlift seems to go up because not hurting going into deadlift.
Exactly. And that's honestly to me is like the best part of it is because it's like now we're really, what we're doing more than anything now, and especially what I've been able to see going into your last meet that again, what I'm trying to do for your upper day, right? Which is why we're doing a lot more emphasis on the upper side is like, you're putting on a good amount of tissue, you're putting on a good amount of growth when it comes to your lower body. But when it comes to like going back into the power lifts or into the compound movements, we're able to, on the lower end, really be able to get that neuro drive and be able to get your CNS to fire better, right? And with your upper, it's starting to get there too, right? Because I remember giving you 400 pounds when it came to the ABS meet.
Yeah.
And it moved, but it was definitely like one of those things where I was like, he's going to get, got it, good. Whereas when you pressed 402 or
409,
those 409 at the
waves before prep.
Yeah. When you pressed 409, dude, that shit moved.
Yeah.
Moved. And I was like, that's it. That's what we're looking for, right? So now my goal is to be able to get you to a point where your squat, the moment that we took out the volume and started giving you more specific, like, this is what I want you to do, your body was able to, hey, pulled out, but B, you were able to like recruit more and be able to push more. Hence the reason why you went from a 600-pound squat at ABS to a 622. And what was it? Didn't you hit 661 at this last meet when you got it to your hip and we couldn't lock it out at the ABS meet? So that's huge.
Yeah, actually, the last one was pretty solid.
Vast.
So there's more there.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was very good. Again, like I said, I don't see you. No, you're going to hit 700 pounds deadlift before you hit a 700-pound squat. Sadly, I'm sorry. It just, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it's also a different way of training. Like I think that's the biggest regret that I've had in my time of being a powerlifter was I gave effort towards my accessories, but like again, it was
different after you get done with a big compound lift.
Exactly.
Versus just going in and that's where you're focused.
So, but because again, I'm like in this period of time where I'm like, oh, I really just want to lift and I want to put on some muscle and really focus on bodybuilding for a little bit and just putting on a little bit of size, losing some weight. It's a whole different ballgame now, just hitting the accessories in a different effort. And it's like, dude.
Well, it's the old adage, you've been having green M&Ms for a long time. You like green M&Ms. They're great. Sometimes you want a blue M&M or maybe a red M&M. You gotta dabble a little bit in some of those different M&Ms out there.
Listen, man, whatever type of homosexual rigmarole you're trying to give me here, you're like, listen, I prefer women, but if you're telling me I should probably go in and
I'm just saying, you gotta try and experience it.
No, just kidding. So
no, but like if you've been doing just powerlifting for a long time, maybe it's time to try something else for a little bit.
Oh yeah,
take a little break.
That's what 10 years, man. 10 years. In 2027, I've been powerlifting for 10 years. Right? I took a small break when I was in like 20. Yeah, no, because after I got back, that's when I first split. I took a small break. I took like a little bit of a hiatus from like weightlifting and stuff because I was on deployment. Yeah, right. But then I came back and immediately went back into powerlifting and trying to get stronger and stuff. Yeah, I think I was at my lowest weight I'd ever been getting back from deployment. That was 225. 225, yeah. And then within like 4 months of me being back, I was back at 240, 250. It just a meatball, just eating, dude. But when it comes down to it, though, is that like, I mean, fuck, man. A lot of these splits, I've been having a lot of fun with, again, 4 days a week has always been really good for me. Yeah. Because I can learn how to be like, okay, I'm going to push, rest. Push, rest. And then like during the times that I'm like resting or like during the times I'm like doing my rest days or whatever, I'm not just sitting around. Yeah. I'm moving, I'm walking, I'm doing stuff. I'm trying to stay active. Yeah. Just cause that's going to help push that recovery even better.
Yeah. I mean, more isn't necessarily better. I think that was, come up to the bodybuilding world. That was always the thing is, all right, you got to do more. So, you got to work out every day or as many days as you can. Whereas was it Mike Metzger? Would only work out 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And Derek was one of the greatest bodybuilders ever.
Yeah.
3 times a week.
That's where Dorian Yates got a lot of his things. Yeah. And, so again, and that goes into a huge thing of like intensity versus frequency.
Yeah. Because this, hearing some of the stories about how he used to work out, like it was intense nonstop for a couple hours. Yeah. So every time you come in, like there was no playing around, nothing. It was full intensity all the way.
Yeah.
the whole time.
There's only one person I know of today that still trains like that. And I mean, he's had his run-ins with different like injuries and stuff. And that's fuck, what's his name? JP. He's a British man, and he's out of the UK, and the dude is, I think he's like 5'6", but he's fucking massive. He's just a massive ball of muscle. And again, that's just because he just trains. When he trains, he is going all out the whole entire time. And Dorian Yates is huge in that. And then this is where, again, this is what different philosophies go into play and they go into battle. Because like there's a lot of people who are like take for instance, sorry, I didn't mean to kick you playing footsies. I'm sorry. Because there's like Jay Cutler will talk about things about being like, oh, okay, well, you know, I never went to full failure.
Yeah.
Never went to full failure.
Mhm.
Failure. And then there's guys like Dorian Yates who's like, no, I absolutely failed every single set I went into because I wanted to push myself as far as I can.
Yeah.
And it's like, same thing with Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman worked out like a fucking madman.
Yeah. Because heavy all the time, pushing it to extreme limits, you know, and then I'd be like, oh, I never looked that heavy. You know, I'd always look pretty light and just do a ton of reps.
Yeah.
So,
and then same thing with, what's his name? He was called the Gift. Phil Heath.
Yeah.
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 No. Nice dog. Nice. Well, that beautiful chocolate man would he even talked about too, he never did any type of bench pressing. He never did any type of squatting. All of his stuff was done on machines.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, so again, this is where, again, you have different philosophies when it comes to like, you have the hardcore meathead that looks at like Ronnie Coleman, guys like Ronnie Coleman and Dorian Yates, and goes, that's how you fucking train. You go in, you beat yourself to fucking death, and then you fucking leave, right?
Yeah.
And then you got a lot of the science, evidence-based lifters who very much go under the like Mike Israel type of thought process, which is keep build up, keep two to three reps in the tank, and then as the time goes towards the very bottom of the block or whatever, then you ramp it up a little bit, but you always want to keep like one or two in the tank. And then after that, you go home and you eat and you do your things. And it's like, I'll be honest with you, the only thing that I've ever done is try it and then go from there. Mm-hmm. Right. I started doing the 2 sets to failure thing. I've done it for a little bit of time now, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I love it. Yeah. Right. Because again, it was one of those things where it's like, if I know I have 3 or 4 sets of something, I'm going to look at that and go, all right, so yeah, I'll get through it. You know what I mean? And it's like, but if I know I only have 2 sets, and it's 2 sets that I can push it as hard as I possibly can, dude, by the time that's all you need. It's the old adage of effort versus was quality over quantity, right? Yeah. My sets that are 2 to failure, only downside is that I wish I had someone with me, because I would like to be able to push past failure and get a cup of cheat.
Oh yeah. Well, and anytime we push them like that, it's good to have somebody there to kind of push it a little harder.
Exactly. That was why I really enjoyed working out with you. Yeah. Because it was like, I was doing chest squat row, and I was like, I think I got 14. And you were like, keep going. I was like, all right, I'll go to 16. Keep going. All right, I guess we're going to try and go to 20. And I failed, I think, at 17. Yeah. And then you came up and you started pushing just a little bit, and you helped me get to 18. I was like, dude, that's what I need. Because that after that, my back was like, fucking kept going on, dude.
Pumped up.
Dude. Yeah. I get it. Like I'm starting to understand where, like, because like you'll get done doing like a workout like that. And like, for me, the thing that's been keeping me like on my diet lately, and it's so weird. It's one of the weirdest things. I don't know what it is, but I will literally sit and I will watch bodybuilders eat. Like, or like a, hey, it's, it's C-bomb, or, oh, it's, this person.
Yes.
And here's my full day of eating. All right, so we're doing this, we're doing that. And I just sit there, I just watch them make their food. When Fuad Abiad was at his biggest and doing all this stuff, he actually would be like, all right, so this is what I'm gonna do. This is how you can structure your meals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I remember watching his video on how to build your diet, a bulking diet on a budget. No, watching that and being like, fuck, dude, that's a good idea. And I still use some of the stuff that he talks about to this day. You know what I mean? But that's what's been keeping me out of my diet, is just been I'll watch bodybuilders just be like, so we're going to hit this, we're going to eat this, and then we're going to go and we're going to go for a walk. Or, yeah. And I'm just always sitting there eating my fucking salmon and rice, being like, fuck it, dude, don't do the same thing.
I do it.
Yeah, I don't look anything like you, but I'm gonna pretend I did.
Yeah. I'm sick.
But I have a small hot take that God damn, bro. Oh, sorry. Sorry, got distracted. Apologize. I have a small hot take.
Okay.
So how do I say this without fucking sounding like a fucking I always believe that if you are going to be if you're going to be good at something, you have to be able to turn your brain off and everything, right? My hot take is that I can almost point out who is going to be good at this sport when it comes to powerlifting just by how they talk about being themselves, or how they talk about their training.
Okay. In what way?
In a sense that, if I hear even a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to try and do this and get here, I'll immediately be like,
you're probably
you're not going to do that.
Yeah, dude. I see that.
But if I hear someone go, yeah, I'm doing this, and then I'm going to hit this, and then train, I'm going to try and I'm going to hit that.
Mm-hmm.
I look at that one, I go, fuck yeah, you got a shot. You got a shot. You can do this. I got faith in that. And it's and the hot take is that you can't train that.
No.
You cannot train that. You cannot train confidence. You cannot train a belief in oneself. People are just you have it or you don't.
Yeah. Well, it goes beyond that. I was thinking about those that can be singularly focused, and go I'm diving into this full force. This is it. And you can fucking see how far this goes. And they can kind of just hyper tunnel focus. And I think that those are the people that will really succeed.
Oh yeah.
Cause that falls into anything in life. If you want to be great at something, you have to have that, killer vision.
Yeah.
That singular focus on it. Cause if you're going and okay, I'm going to dip my foot into here, and then I'm dip my foot into here, and then I'm going to dip my foot over here, you're going to be possibly good at those things, but you're never going to be great.
Yeah. And I think it's the reason why I call it a hot take is because I know how I sound, and I know I come off almost kind of like a dick for saying it. And now also too, I should point out that was me for a while.
Yeah.
Right. I would look at people and go, I'm going to try and do this. Hopefully this works out. And people are like, and then once I started getting into I know it sounds stupid. Once I got more into the heavier weights, if I did not look at it and go, I'm going to smash the shit out of this. And even during this time when everything is feeling heavy as fuck, I'm it's hard for me not to look at it and go and think about what I was doing beforehand and be like, dude, what the fuck? Come on, man. But no, I'm telling myself, I'm going to get back there. I am the master of my own body. I can fucking do this. And hey, guess what? I'm fucking doing it. I'm fucking doing
Well, I
it.
mean, much of doing anything like this starts with the brain, starts with the mindset. If you're going into questioning, homophobia you're going into that, you're not gonna, you're gonna struggle. Or you're gonna do something that's supposed to be happy. So I mean, it's a 10.
Yeah.
Because your brain does downregulate based off of your thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's why the the back slapping, smelling salts, hitting yourself in the face. Like that's why that stuff does work, because it fucking clears your mind of anything.
Yeah. This is why I also, it's really hard whenever I have I hate to say it, but there are like a lot of like big time lifters that will be like, you want to hit to a state of calm and still being able to be like there enough to be able to do things. It's like, yeah, I've tried that, man. I've really tried that. I've tried to be like zero in, focus, don't think about anything. But if I don't have just a little bit of hype in me, a little bit of like, let's get after it, then I don't know why, but it's like there's no fire under the sail. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'll always go back to Eddie Hall when he was the first person to pull 500.
Yeah.
He talks about having to go to that dark place in his mind because he was always stuck at like 470, 480.
Mm-hmm.
He could never get past that mark. And that's when it took, because it's like his body had no strength in it. He just had to get his mind
there. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I think right now too is that like, I'm a huge proponent of taking breaks from powerlifting too. Cause like right now, like I'm getting, seeing people getting into like meat prep and everything. I'm just like, uh-oh, it's coming back.
You're gonna
do it. I feel it. Yeah, I feel it. And I love that because it's like, yes, yeah, the love, it's like, again, it's like you lately you've been in a lull with your significant other, and then, one day you come home and they're just like in the kitchen and you're just like, fuck yeah.
What's up, girl?
So how you doing?
What that is, dude.
Yeah, and then she turns around and tells you, she's like,
don't touch me, dog.
Yeah. So to quickly wrap this up. Oh, actually, I wanted to say something real quick. Did you see Colton Engelbright's 2,700-pound total?
Fucking insane.
Yeah. 1,003 squat, 611 bench, 1,086 deadlift, and that came out to a total of 2,700 pounds total.
Like, did you ever think you'd see somebody raw total damage?
I'll be honest with you. I thought it was going to come. When it was going to come, it was going to come much later.
Yeah,
when like evolution and biomechanics have come to a complete fruition. That's the word.
Yeah.
But I also did not expect someone. In my head, I thought someone that looked like Dan Bell.
Okay.
Dan Bell was in his prime powerlifting. Yeah. I thought someone like that was going to hit a 2,700-pound total.
Nah,
but Colton
lean 275.
A lean 275. Colton Engelbright hit 2,700-pound total.
It's just insane,
dude. It's ridiculous, and I can tell you right now,
because like, how many lifters did that? Have ever done that equipped? Not that many.
No,
like, we're talking about equipped.
Yeah,
not many lifters have done that. Now, a raw in sleeves.
Yeah,
like in sleeves. It's just insane. But it just shows you how well rounded he is. He's great at all three lifts.
Yeah,
and just think though, if like, because a 6'11" bench is great, but I mean, there's a reason why he can't hit 7.
Oh, dude.
Shaq Creepy runs at 7, like, fuck.
But like, that's the thing though too, is that like his 1,000 pound squat
He had more in this tank.
was so smooth.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
But his bench is 6'11". I feel like to me, it was a game of perfect selection, right?
Mhm.
Because he knew once he hit his 1,000 pound squat, and then once he hit his 6'11" bench, he was going to be pretty tagged, right?
Yeah.
I could tell, because once I saw his 1,086 deadlift, dude,
Yeah.
it went up, but it was a little wobbly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's just because, again, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, it's 1,086 pounds, dude.
After doing all this other
I know.
Yeah. And as always, what's going to be what holds him back at all is the grip on that deadlift.
Oh, yeah.
Because he can do more. He's done more.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, fuck, because he's done what, 520 with straps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the fuck? That's another almost, what, 70 pounds?
Yeah, just about. I think, honestly, fuck, man.
Like, that's just
I mean,
insane.
part of me is like, almost like, dude, I don't see anyone coming near that
No.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
No.
Maybe even like,
Ever.
yeah, within our lifetime, I don't see it happening again.
I'd say that it, like, with powerlifting growing, there have been a lot more younger people getting into it. I think there's a possibility, because that's what it's going to take if somebody's starting out from fucking birth. Basically, here's a barbell.
Yeah. Seriously,
There's nothing.
just get it, like,
Sit in the crib, just
just get him out on a government secret plan of just like all these different anabolics. By the time he's like 13, he looks like a full grown man.
yeah.
But
yeah, like, I don't, because what, before the biggest raw total was 25 pounds.
2,500. I think the closest to that was a 2,400 pound total that I think Ed Cohen did.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was fully raw. I think that was single ply.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the heaviest was 2,500 pounds. And then Colton broke it with 2,600 pound something.
Yeah.
26 something. And then he just broke it again with a 2,700 pound total. And it just,
it's a 28.
Dude.
That'd be so insane. And then if you just keep like starts, can you imagine it on A does 3,000?
I mean, it's looking to this point where it's like, beforehand, I used to think that it's like, okay, a 3,000 pound total, that's something that only like equipped guys done.
And you can only because like you have to have that like over 1,000 pound bench.
Yeah.
To be able to get there.
Exactly. Or
just being Colton.
Yeah. Or just be Colton. Because if anything, if Colton squatted, or if someone of that same caliber squatted like 1086 and then benched close to 700 pounds and then deadlifted that 1,100. Yeah.
Yeah. They get you close.
They get you real close. It's ridiculous. It's also too gotten to the point where I'm just like, I totaled 27. Shut up. Who gives a shit? It's 2,700 pounds. You fucking take your hat off to that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's a boy. You take your hat off of there.
Yeah. It's really cool to see because it's like we're seeing literally the greatest powerlifter ever.
In history.
Right now. Like,
we're seeing history being made right now, dude.
That
is
insane.
Whoa, dude. 3,000. I wouldn't be surprised if 3,000 pounds falls within our time, within our lifetime. That's ridiculous. There's some kid out there. Right now that's like putting his little booties on, getting ready to go to like T-ball.
About Colton, because like he's only what 24. So if he the problem is going to be if he stays interested in doing this.
Yeah,
because that's going to be what's going to stop you eventually is like, well, and there's no competition out there.
Yeah, it's literally just him setting his sights on goals that he wants to hit, and they're like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I don't think it's like that whole thing of like, oh, John Hamm versus Colton Engelbright. What's going to win? Odds are like, there's no. I'm sorry, there's no competition now, dude.
Yeah.
I know. John Hamm's still great.
Yeah.
He's still one of the GOATs.
Still one of the greatest.
But next to a 27 pound total, we can always kneecap him. You know what I mean? He comes over, we just kind of like, oops, there's a barbell. Oh, he tripped. Damn. Well, looks like John won by default, I guess. I
was like, that's you see the highlights of the McGregor fight.
Yeah, what happened with that? I heard
there are no highlights. He fucking blew out his knee trying to kick on the opening.
Seriously?
Yeah, not
retire, bro.
I know.
Retire, bro. Just retire. It's done, bro. It's done. It's okay. Hey, it's fine. You did it. You were one of the great. I think. Someone. That's the difference. It's like you never want to stay in so long with something.
You forget how great he was.
Yeah. And it was like, because that's why Khabib left.
He's like, all right, I'm on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He left while he was on, like when he was just like, he's like, no, I go and coach. I'm good then.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I do, you know? And yeah, he's doing it. And guess what? He's doing it. He's putting together a Dagestani team that's going to just sweep the UFC basically. But,
yeah, so that was sad.
It just, oh, man.
I'm glad I didn't like stay to watch that or anything.
Did you pay for it?
No. I didn't watch it or anything. I just saw the smear and I saw the highlight and was like, oh, that sucks. Because that would have been terrible. I'm like, all right, waiting for the main event, and then
that training camp was a year.
Yeah, he's been trying to come back for a while because his last leg injury was like 5 years ago. That was last time he fought.
That was even Nate, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
so yeah,
I can't say anything on the fight, dude. Dude, you could take both legs out from underneath Connor, and he could probably still beat the shit out of him. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's.
Can you imagine that? You go through a whole year of training camp, you do this whole shit. I mean, it's the same thing with powerlifting too. You go through a whole training prep, you go through everything, you pay for all the drugs, and then the moment you hit a squat, something goes, and then can't compete the rest of the time. It sucks. I can't. I don't know if I would. It's never happened to me, but
yeah. Well, actually, that reminds me. Going back to powerlifting, the only one I could potentially see catching up with Colton is Kyle.
Curve?
Because he's very new into powerlifting.
Yeah.
Already put him a 24-pound total with tearing some muscles.
Yeah.
He's got mass.
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
He's probably one of them that I could see if he like really goes full into this, and like I could see him potentially catch up because he's also the same. All three are great.
Yeah.
Three of those are great. So
he would just have to stay healthy.
Yeah.
With Colton, I think because he's younger,
he hasn't had any injuries.
No, he's literally in that like I'm invincible kind of thing right now. Whereas, I mean, shit, dude, Kyle, it was at the meet that also tore a hamstring, tore a quad, and he was like, so if he could, I mean, honestly, yeah, if he could stay healthy and stay intact during the whole time that he's in a prep in prep and go and do, yeah, I definitely think he could possibly.
He could be the one I can see catching up.
Yo, yeah. How old is he?
He's pretty young too. He's like 27, I think. So he's just getting into his strongest years.
Oh yeah. Put it together. So come on, ABS, let's do it.
I know. I don't think ABS will
Yeah.
will happen again.
Yeah. They're not going to work.
that,
Yeah.
that whole debacle.
I still can't believe that. Fucking dude. They left me on red.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right.
Mhm.
I'm a nobody, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But still, I was just like, oh man, that sucks. All right, I see.
Yeah.
But it was just a red. Okay. Do you have anything else?
That's it.
All righty. With that being said, everybody, thank you so much for listening. Staying tuned. Like, subscribe, and share, and
Tell your friends.
tell your friends. Let us know if you want us to talk about anything in particular. I am going to start putting up a little bit more like question and answers to see if maybe if anyone wants to actually have a question, maybe we can help them out. But
Right.
thank you guys so much. You take it easy.